Hello, welcome to my channel, House of Leo. Today I'm going to show you how to make this lovely African flower square, which is really useful for making bags or accessories or anything you use granny squares for, but it's just extra pretty. I'm using scrap balls of DK yarn in 4 colours. You can also do 5 colours or 3 colours, but I'm using 4 today. I have a 6mm hook. You can use a smaller hook, but I have already made this square and I want to use it for something, so I'm going to continue with the 6. Some scissors and a needle. So let's get started. Okay, so I've already created my slip knot. Now I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go back into the first chain to create a loop, pull that through, and chain 2. 1, 2. We're now going to work 15 treble crochet UK turns or double crochet US turns into the loop you've created, going over our tail end. So we're doing 15 of those. If we include our chain, we will end up with 16 stitches. So yarn over into the loop we've created. 1, 2, 3, 4. I shall continue around until I've done 15 trebles, and like I said, including the chain, that will be 16 stitches in total. If we pause it now, we'll catch up when we get to the end. So I've made it to 16. I'm going to snip my end, pull that through, thread my needle, and I'm going to do an invisible join. So that is where you go from back to front through your first stitch, back down through the stitch, your last stitch, and then you weave in your ends. So I'm going to weave in my ends and I will come back to you ready for the next round. I also wanted to add, because you have stitched over your tail end, when you pull it before you weave it in, it just tightens it for you, so you get a nice tidy first row. So I'm going to weave that in now and come back to you when I've done that. Okay, so I've attached my next colour. Now we're going to work in between the stitches, so we're not going into the top of the stitch here, we're going between the stitches. Pull through a loop and then chain 2. 1, 2, tighten that up. Now we're going to do a treble crochet UK or a double crochet US into the same space, and we're going to do that again into the same space, so we end up with a granny stitch, because your first chain is going to count as your first stitch. We're going to skip a space, and then into the next one we're going to put 3 trebles into there, or 3 doubles. 2, 3. Skip your next space going in, so it's every other. We're putting 3 UK trebles or 3 US doubles into the space between the stitches. So we will end up with 8 clusters of 3 all the way around. So I shall continue around now and catch up with you at the end if you want to pause it now. So I've made it to the last stitch. I'm going to snip and again do an invisible join, threading that through your first stitch, back down into your last stitch, and then weave in your ends. So I'll continue to weave in these ends and come back to you for the next round. I will be doing this invisible join for every row. So instead of filming me doing it on every row, and when I come to the end of every row from now on, I will have already stitched it together. So for my next colour, we're going to do 2 rows in the same colour, and that's what creates this lovely petal shape. So I'm going to do 2 rows in this colour. So we're going to go between the clusters, put your hook through, pull up a loop, chain 2, 1, 2. We're going to do a UK treble, US double. So we have 2 stitches in the same space. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 2 more into the same space. So you end up with 4 trebles with a chain in the middle, like that. And then we're going to do that into each space. So yarn over, through, 1, 2, chain 1, and 2 more into the same space. Again, I will continue round. If you want to pause it now, we can catch up when we get to the end. So with this row, I'm not actually going to snip and do my invisible join. I'm going to just go into the first stitch there and do a slip stitch closed. And then we're going to go into the next chain space and do another slip stitch just to bring your hook over to this chain space. We're going to chain 2, and then we're going to put 6 more trebles into this space. So including our chain, that will be 7 stitches into this space, and this is what creates the petal. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So including the chain, that's 7 stitches into there. And then we're going over to the next chain space over here. And we're going to put 7 trebles, UK or doubles US, into there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just continue around, 7 into there, 7 into there, all the way around, and then I will do my invisible join when I get to here, and I'll come back to you for the next row if you want to pause it now. So for this next row, we're going to be doing the orange colour, and as you can see, it has a spike between each petal, which just highlights the individual petals, which looks really pretty. So with this, we're doing a UK double crochet and a half treble crochet, or it's US single crochet and a half double crochet. So I shall show you how to do that now. So we're going to start on you've got your gap, first stitch. I'm going to start on the second stitch of one of your petals and just do a double crochet UK or a single crochet US, and we're going to do one of those in each stitch along. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we've got back to our gap here. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to go right down into between this space here between the row below, pull up our stitch so it's the same height as the other ones, and then we're going to pull through all 3 loops. So that's a half treble UK or a half double US, and then we're going back into that next stitch along. 1, 2, 3, just 4, 5, 6. So we yarn over through the row below, pull up our hook, our loop, and then go through all 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yarn over, down into the one below, pull up our loop and go through all 3. And that's how you get these lovely spikes between, giving the detail of the petals. So again, I will continue round, I shall do my invisible join, and I shall be back with you on the next row if you want to pause it now and catch up. Okay, so now we've got the really tricky bit to do, which is turning this circle shape, or this flower shape, into a square. So we're going to use a few different stitches for this. So it's UK, double treble, treble, half treble, double, US, treble, double, half double, single. Now I think I deserve an award for being able to do that all in one go. Okay, good brain, well done. Okay, so I shall now show you to do that. We're going to start in the corner, and I shall show you how to do that. Okay, so our corner starts on one of our longer stitches. We're going to go into the stitch above it. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and so that counts as our first stitch. And then we are going to chain 1, which is going to be a chain space, yarn over again, back into there, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. So that counts as 2. In the UK that's a double treble, in the US that's a treble stitch. So you have 2 of those into that space. We're going to yarn over and do a treble stitch into the next one, or a US double. I'm going to do another one of those into the next stitch along. Now we're going to do a half treble or a half double. So it's yarn over, through, pull through both. And now we're going to be doing, it's UK single, no, UK doubles or US singles. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it's another half, so yarn over, through and through both, yarn over, through the next stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, through the next stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2, and now we're going to do yarn over twice into the top of this pointy stitch here, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, chain 1, and again yarn over twice into that same stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, we're doing a treble, treble, half, the next one, pull through both, and then doubles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, a half, treble, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, another treble, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're going to do a double treble, 1, 2, chain, and another double treble, 1, 2, into that same space. I'm going to continue around slowly. I know this will make my video longer, but I feel like this is quite tricky, so I'm just going to keep going, keep explaining. If that's all right, you can always whiz it on, but if you're struggling, I'm going to keep going with it. So next we're going to do a treble into the next space, a treble, a half treble. I'm using UK terms now, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 doubles. We're now going to do another half, yarn over, through, pull through both, another treble, 1, another treble, 2 trebles, and a double treble. Chain 1, double treble back into the same space. A treble in the next space, treble in the next space, a half, and then we're just doing doubles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, half, a treble, and a treble. We are now going to slip stitch into this chain space here and chain 2. Now when you block this, that will make that square. Okay, so for our final round, I'm keeping the same colour. I have chained 2 into the corner. I'm going to yarn over and do a treble crochet UK, double crochet US. So I have 2 stitches in that corner. We are then going to do a treble into the very first stitch on top of this double treble. And then we're just going to go into every stitch along. Excuse me. Keep going into every stitch along with your trebles. I hope I haven't confused you with my double trebles, trebles, triple trebles, doubles, quadruples and all those. I get a bit brain fried with it all, but I know I have a lot of US followers, so I want to try and include your terms. Okay, so we're getting to the next corner, into that last stitch there on top of your double treble or your treble. And then going into that chain space, we're going to do 2. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 2 again into the same chain space. So you end up with 4 in that chain space in the corner with a chain in between. And then make sure you're going into the top of this first stitch here. And then in every one along. I shall continue around. So you've got 4 in each corner, and I shall get back to you when I make it back to this corner here, because we only currently have 2 in that corner, so I shall show you what I do there. So I have made it back to this corner. I have done my last stitch in there. I'm going to do 2 more trebles into the corner, so every corner has 4 trebles in it, and then I'll do my chain. Now for this one I'm going to stop here. If you wanted to continue on and make this square bigger, I would just do a slip stitch in there, chain 2, and then carry on around, but I'm going to stop here. So snip, thread your needle and do your invisible. So you go through the back of your first stitch, and then back down into, actually I'm not doing this, I'm concentrating, so I might go off camera, apologise. Back down that way, and then weave in your ends, which I won't do because it's not interesting to watch. So there you are, you have another square. This one obviously I've just completed. This one I blocked. I've only blocked it for about 5 minutes, so it's still a little bit curly, but you can see it's squarer than this one. So yeah, these are really lovely. As I said before, you can use them for anything that you use a granny square for. So they're great for making bags or blankets. Oh, blankets look beautiful. Imagine the different colours you could use. So yeah, I hope this was useful to you. Please let me know in the comments if you found it easy or difficult, or if there was anything about it you would like me to change, because I can always remake videos if they're not helpful enough. I love making these videos for you guys, and I'm loving making new friends as well. So please do comment below, even if you're just telling me what you're having for lunch. I want to be your friend. Let me know what you're up to. Also, I do have an Instagram, so if you do make some, tag me. I want to see all the information, all my links, all my interesting things are below in the description. And hopefully I will see you for my next tutorial. Thanks guys, have a wonderful day.